And then?
І кілька прикладів. Або пропозицій.
A few examples or suggestions.
Для тебе.
For you.
Ви війшли.
You have entered.
І я.
And I.
А вони?
And they.
Зв'язки.
Connections.
Можливості.
Possibilities.
Прощання.
Farewell.
Розумієте?
You see?
Ти пропонуєш.
You offer.
Я здебільшого дивився на людину поряд з тобою.
I was supposed to be looking at the person beside you,
Ось там,
that way,
краєм ока.
in the corner of my eye.
Я міг тебе бачити,
I could see you,
а ти мені ні.
but you not me.
Але ти міг мені відчувати.
But you could sense me,
Мої очі,
my eyes,
тваринним чуттям.
like animals sense,
Як пропозиція.
as an offer.
Дивовижна.
Strange,
Розійшлися.
parted.
Oh, clean up your mess and do something else.
Обережно.
Beware.
Тобі може бути боляче.
You might hurt,
І ти можеш піти
and you may leave
куди-небудь.
anywhere.
А потім,
And then,
що вони?
what they
Пропонують?
offer,
Вони, напевно, були іноземцями,
they must have been foreigners,
незнайомцями.
strangers.
Вони говорили про мир.
They talked about peace.
Все вірно,
That's right,
про мир.
about peace.
Вони хотіли миру.
They wanted peace.
Вони втомилися від війни.
They were tired of war.
Це те, що вони сказали.
That's what they said.
І потім вони просто повторили це.
And then they just repeated it.
Так,
Yes,
все вірно.
that's right.
Ми хочемо миру.
We want peace
Ми втомилися від війни.
because we are tired of war.
І більше вони нічого не говорили.
They spoke of nothing else.
Іноземці,
Foreigners,
незнайомці.
strangers.
Але все це, звичайно, тільки приклади.
And all this is of course only examples.
І ми знаємо, звідки вони.
And we know where they come from,
Звідки ми їх отримали.
where we got them.
Ми знали це протягом тривалого часу.
We have known that for a long time.
Час. Маленькі рухи очима у часі.
Small movements with your eyes in time.
Твої зморшки під ними.
Your wrinkles under them.
Часу.
Of time.
Рухи.
Movements.
Blinks when you're talking.
Computable.
Personal experience.
Material, wrinkles, lines,
tracks. The lines in your hand.
Here is the rumor.
Here,
The tentacles.
here, the palmist.
Change.
Your hand,
Moist.
your palm.
The sweat.
Your need to define the sweat in your palm. After you performed a dishonest handshake. Always a need to define.
Modifying anything. You are not here to report.
You are not here to report. The sweat carries you back, carrying records and registers, moving forward and end.
Computable.
Adds up,
And then.
not. And again,
Not.
And then.
Personal stories.
that you've been given.
Summing up, drawing lines, your hand.
And then.
Rest.
It's your hand.
Your move.
You may move.
Leave.
Insolvent.
Нарешті я дістався, Таліна. Усе могло бути значно гірше.
At last I reached Tallinn.
Я задоволений, що цього не сталося.
It could have been a lot worse. I'm glad it wasn't.
Першого дня я залишився на борту, тому що я занедужив. Можливо, через їжу. Я не знаю.
The first day I stay on board because I feel unwell. Perhaps the food, I don't know.
Наступного дня мені дивом вдається втекти від групи.
The next day I somehow manage to escape from the group.
Я радий, що нас не перераховують щоразу.
I'm glad they don't count us all the time.
Може, це і не так добре.
Or perhaps that's not so good.
Насправді важко
It's
сказати.
hard to tell, really.
Але я не думаю, що вони цим дуже переймаються.
I don't think they care.
Блукаю містом. Маленька дівчинка з брудними руками хоче, щоб я купив в неї паперового дракона.
I wander around in the city. A little girl with dirty hands wants me to buy a dragon made of paper.
Мене це не до вподоби.
Well, I didn't like it.
Зараз я це вбачаю.
I see that now.
Я спонукаю її підказати мені дорогу до вежі. Але вона розмовляє лише російською. Чи як там?
I tried to get her to tell me the way up to the tower, but she speaks only Russian, or whatever it is.
Мені казали, фасади біля вежі трохи схожі на будівлі на старій площі в Празі.
The facades up by the tower have some resemblance to the buildings in the old square in Prague.
Не знаю. Я ніколи не був в Празі.
I've been told. I've never been to Prague.
I sneak into a group of about 10, and I understand that they are Germans. I tell a young woman that I am in fact a scientist. Angewandte Mathematik, I say in German, to make her listen. She smiles. She tells me that her name is Schenke, and that she comes from Lübeck. Then she laughs. She believes that I believe what she tells me. I can understand that.
I joined them for a little ride in their minibus. She has her arm around my shoulder. She tells me that I have a friendly face, that I look kind. I position my head by her breast. That way I can hear her heart beating. It sounds as it's operating just fine. A quiet calm and normal beat. And suddenly I start thinking about the future, about my financial transactions, about all the troubles in the world that I will never understand anything fully perhaps, that everything is just a big joke. Huge things are happening in the world every day, and I'm too lazy to find out what it all is. Though sometimes all data seem to point in only one direction, like there were the same possibilities. Suddenly everything seems to connect, and when I rush, it's all gone. That's perhaps why I've chosen to be lazy.
А потім
And then
автобус зупиняється.
The bus stops.
Ми десь біля гавані.
We are down by the harbor.
Адже тобі не кортить тут зійти, каже Швенки.
Isn't it here that you want to get off, Schwenke says?
Я бачу корабель з усіма його неоновими вогнями.
I can see the ship with all its neon lights.
Так спокійно.
So calm.
На виході водій торкається мого ліктя, мовляв, ніхто не мусить цього помітити. Здавалося, ніби він намагається мені щось сказати.
On my way out, the driver touches me on my elbow, as if no one should notice it, as if he was trying to tell me something.
Всі розмови з жінками, які я мав, і які ніколи так і не навчуться мене любити.
All the talks I've had with women who would never learn to love me.
And then
Relate. You are not here to enter diagram, enter dots. You move, enter lines. You move from Kassel to Hanover to Lüneburg to Schwerin. You
when you sneeze, as if your death was your longest sneeze ever, the ultimate hay fever, the longest, burning your eyes, and you sneeze and you sneeze and you keep wanting rain. Mist keeping the air wet and the streets dry, unhosed or drizzling, and your eyes no longer burning. Now you're happy. Remember never to put a flower to your nose. Remember never to play football on grass. And if you do, you will remember not to. Your longest sneeze will come as a benefiting change in your curves, not as an offer.
You know you are a stranger in these curves. And yet, you should have started in Rökeri. That is where you come from. Or they. Enter disjunction, enter possibility, doubt.
And you want rest, to sleep. You may rest now.
Enter decision, to Strasbourg or to Karlsruhe.
And then,
Знову я.
again
Я усвідомлюю, що забув паспорт.
I realize I forgot my passport.
І зараз ми на кордоні.
And now we are on the border.
Я чую поруч митників, поліціянтів і ще когось.
I can hear the people from the customs, the police, or whatever are close.
Я помічаю, як мої спутники машинально шукають документи.
I notice the mechanical search of my fellow passengers for the papers.
І я мушу щось робити.
I have to do something.
Зі мною щось станеться.
Something is going to happen to me.
The decision is yours.
Time
is
Moving as you are moving in any direction. And then street sweat. From rain, from hoses, whatever. Doesn't matter, but streets wet. I wonder what my function is in this operation.
You're not here to verify.
No?
No is a better answer.
No? Negation better.
No, easier. Easier to handle. Although you would like to know.
Anything?
So where to begin?
Perhaps it would be best if we started with what is obvious, to collect material, so that in the end, when we have put all the obvious things on the table, we will perhaps know something.
And I think it will be easy to move on from there.
Yes, I think it will be very easy. You are free to move.
Я бачу себе посеред усіх цих перехрещихся колій. Біля залізничного вокзалу.
I see myself in the middle of intersecting tracks near a railway station,
Можливо, у Парижі
preferably in Paris
або у Відні.
or Vienna.
Я ніколи не був у Відні.
I've never been to Vienna.
You could move anywhere. You're not alone in this jungle. But you're not here to relate. So basically this means that you are alone. And then?
This is a fool talking. You should listen to him.
Now it's your turn.
I am the fool in an out-of-date play, performed each night at the National Theatre, amusing the bourgeois women and men before they go to dinner or have a late drink. I don't know their routines.
Listen to him before you draw any further lines.
And then?
To get to know.
And then?
To understand. So, to get to know. I need to know the relation. I need to know who we are, not where we are. I know where we are. On a beach, in a long line, hot summer. The feeling of being. We want to buy ice cream. On the same spot.
At the same time,
you,
standing in front of me, you, ordering everything. And then,
the next,
To understand. You are looking for, I don't know, something.
Дзвенить будильник.
The alarm clock is ringing,
Тому за звичкою я вимикаю його.
so naturally I turn it off.
Ти бачиш?
You see,
Але я вже прокинувся.
but I am already awake.
Я вже декілька годин не сплю.
I've been awake for hours.
Я не можу спати.
I cannot sleep.
Я просто лежу в своєму ліжку.
I'm just lying in my bed.
Я за мить іду усвідомлення чогось.
I'm on the edge of realizing something.
Ти брешеш.
You lie.
Ти пропонуєш.
You offer.
Ти все вигадуєш.
You make things up.
Ти втілюєш це в життя.
You put them into existence. And they move. They move from Trier to Luxembourg and to Metz at the same time. And you are still in Constance, remember? From Luxembourg to Aachen, from Metz to Saarbrücken. Do you want to stop them? Then you should wait for them. In Bremen, and in Eisenach, and in Nürnberg. And you should move fast. Constance, remember? You could move by boat or by car or by train. The train is departing. Enter decision. In case you choose the train, which platform? The train is departing. I have decided where to go, but which platform? Now departing from any platform. My decision will be part of my history, I hope. 2 minutes. I have 2 minutes. If my watch is correct. Where is platform 3? An arbitrary choice. Of course. Doesn't matter.
And then,
You should move anywhere. You could move anywhere. It's your move, your lives. Do anything, doesn't matter. This may mean something. This must mean something. And the trees and the houses and the huge fields of grass and of wheat are departing, because now you are moving. You, paralyzed on your reserved seat in the train, and yet you are moving. Because why? Flee? Meat? Doesn't matter. Trees, a forest, industrial areas, the station, the platform, concrete and grey and with cigarette ends, departed.
an address, but no name. A knock upon the door. Surprise! A letter in the mailbox, and this time not from the bank. Some sudden effort trots them everything. You know the sound of this. What am I trying to sell you? Any conclusion?
Час визначатися.
Precision time.
Сльоза.
Tear.
Крапля рідини з ока.
Drop of liquid coming from the eye.
Знову ця потреба визначатися.
Again, this need for definitions.
Режим самовизначення.
Self-modifying modes.
Крапля.
Drip,
Падає.
drop,
А потім.
and then
Ні.
no.
Визначення може бути будь-яке.
Could be any definition.
Що дійсно ти хочеш знати?
What is it that you really want to know?
Відпочивати?
To rest,
Спати?
to sleep,
Ще щось.
something else?
Проте мені потрібно спати.
But I need to sleep.
Я так втомився.
I'm so tired.
Мені треба зараз трохи відпочити.
I need some rest now. You may rest. You are useless. Perhaps you would like to be useless. Personally, I'm not very fond of contradiction. And in the beginning, it can also be dangerous to put them on the table. I am what I am, or something like that.
Windy, streets wet, a damp August evening, a match lit, to light a cigarette, to set something on fire, to see, you see, there are many options.
1 second I get a glimpse of everything, the bottom structure, all the nuances. And the next second, it's all gone. And I know nothing. Or another possibility. Really? I want some answers now, I think. Now.
The answer is moving.
For whom?
From where? Where to? How?
How?
You couldn't afford it anyway.
Please.
What answer would please you the most?
Please, please me.
Please me.
Thank you.
А потім
And then
твій сон,
your sleep,
відпочинок.
the rest.
Я був би дуже вдячний за невеликий спокій в моїй голові.
I would very much appreciate some peace inside my head.
Мені не подобається, коли кожного дня бомблять мій мозок.
I do not like my own private brain to be bombed every day,
Тому мені це насправді не потрібно.
because I don't really need it.
Я так втомився від цих бліцкригів,
I am so tired of blitzkriegs,
від солдат з цією безглуздою зеленою фарбою на їх обличчях,
of soldiers with this ridiculous green paint in their faces.
Choose move in circles, or at least round figures. And where are you in this round geometric figure?
I don't know.
You're not at the center.
I'm not in the center.
And so what happens?
Not much really, but they come back to you. And suddenly you like the color blue again. And for so many years you haven't liked the color blue at all, and now you see that blue is right and everything else is wrong.
And then suddenly red comes back to you. And now blue must go, of course.
And if I don't want blue to go,
If blue didn't go, everything in your mind would be totally purple and very confusing, no?
I see.
Of course. Purple is also quite nice. And it will come, confusing or not.
They do come back to you.
We can put this on the table if we want to.
You're coming in.
Я зустрів когось на тому самому місці.
I met someone on this very spot
Дуже давно.
a long time ago.
Старого чоловіка.
An old man.
Старого.
Old.
Він сказав мені речі, які ти зрозумієш, коли ти більше не дитина.
He told me things that you will understand when you are no longer a child,
Коли ти на тому самому місці і рівні, що і я.
when you are on the same level as I am.
Listen
Listen to him. Yet another example.
Of what? What similarities do you see?
None.
Good. You're not here to invent?
I'll never accept that.
Doesn't matter.
I'm referring to me, the person I am. Don't you understand that? The real me.
You're not here to invent. It's your lines.
Your move.
Any move will be accepted.
I need to do something.
Any need is preferable.
I need to get away. To Singapore, anywhere but Bulgaria. I once was in Bulgaria, but Bulgarian men really do not have my sense of humor. If they have any sense of humor at all.
I doubt it. There are so many places to go and I really never go anywhere. I'm stuck here, with my boring wife whom I've never loved deeply, though I have to admit I liked her eyes when she was younger. And my two teenage girls who now are wearing stupid earrings in their noses and they're playing the guitar all night in the basement because they have a band. Someone should tell them something. First they dragged ugly boys into my house. Now they hate all men and they don't love anyone, not even themselves. And me, they love the least.
Second, the same direction but your left hand and your palm. You know your lines by now, so in your kitchen, in your old house, next to nothing, a quiet formiddag in June, a damp August evening, a rainy day in May, basically whenever you want, when you are tired, and preparing a cup of strong tea. And you suddenly remember you forgot to phone someone, and now it's too late. I knew it.
And the third?
The third using both hands on your back, when in motion, a strong, street sweat host.
Да. Усі ці можливі світи,
All these possible worlds
в яких мешкають люди.
that people live in.
Будинки,
Houses,
квартири
apartments,
з ванними кімнатами
with bathrooms,
та молоко в холодильнику
and milk in the refrigerator,
із чистим білим рушником
and a clean white towels for the guests
для гостей, які прибувають пізно ввечері.
arriving later this evening.
Ти маєш рухатись по прямій лінії.
You should move in straight lines.
Вибух.
Explosion.
Цей довбаний генератор просто вибухнув.
The whole generator just blew up.
Ми вимушені залишити цю зону.
We have to leave this area.
Будь-що може вибухнути, будь-де.
Something else may explode as well somewhere.
Ми не можемо більше тут залишатися.
We
Ми
can't
вимушені
stay here
піти.
any longer. We have to leave.
Ми мусимо
We have to
Зараз.
get away now.
Рухаємося.
We have to take action.
And then
A lifeless body, quietly in the water. The waves get hold of him, they take him in towards the beach, to civilization, to where he belongs. To his family, if he has a family. To his hammock in the shade, and the afternoon tea with a novel above. The waves take him in. This short moment of undecidability.
And then
They bring him out again, a lifeless body, with no memories, with no need. You may rest now.
Most of the day we were just sitting, watching in a row, but in separate cabinets. Every 12 minutes we had a break of 2 minutes. And they figured that 1 minute would just disappear. To get to the breaks, to get back from the breaks. But it's also possible that the breaks were 3 minutes, and we only got 2 minutes value.
When we do not know the overall structure, it is extremely difficult to know all the little details completely.
We were positioned in these little cabinets so that we should learn what we had done wrong. Perhaps we were not especially bad people, but we had been moving into this big net with all our bad habits and bad ideals. And now we had been spinning so deeply into this net that we were about to be strangled.
So I think it was better that we were saved. Inside the cabinet it was mostly very dark, and of course we cannot know for sure that we all saw the same pictures, but it is very likely that this was the case, because in the breaks we all spoke from the same platform. 1 minute passed. After that the photograph popped up before our eyes and we could study it for about 5 seconds. And then it was dark for 55 seconds before the next photograph, and so on.
But the pictures were all upside down. That's because we needed to realize that so far we had seen the world upside down, and that is wrong.
The problem was that we only had 55 seconds in solitary darkness to contemplate on each photo, because you really need more, at least I do.
There were so many details. A woman missing tooth in her smile, a ship in the background. Anyway, I was considered a hopeless case. I'm in some other program now, where we use only the light. On, off. I don't think I will ever learn anything. My brain is so slow. I'm so absent-minded. I just don't get it.
To know what we know, as if we didn't know already. As if a pair of worn-out shoes reveal no memories.
Це те, що ми знаємо.
This is what we know.
Присутність легкого дощу.
The presence of light rain.
Коли трохи дощить.
When it rains lightly.
Гадаю, так.
Think so?
Так.
Yes,
Гадаю, так.
think so.
Усі ці неможливі світи,
All these impossible worlds that people live in.
в яких мешкають люди. В караванах,
Caravans,
бункерах,
bunkers,
контейнерах.
containers.
Your lines, your feet, your marks, your inquiry. The surface is smooth, no traces.
And the size?
42 square meters.
Any age?
Quite near.
Temperature?
Quite.
Have you touched anything yet?
Only the iron edges on the corners.
And the instruments?
Prepared.
Good. Please lie down.
Just a minute.
Can you feel anything?
No.
Now?
No.
Just a minute. Now?
Yes, I feel a pain in the neck.
Good. Please close your eyes. This might hurt. Now?
My feet are burning.
Only the feet?
My feet are really burning.
Only the feet.
But my feet are really burning.
And the neck now?
I can't move my feet, they're burning.
Ти так скажи мені.
So you tell me.
Настав час встати і посміхнутися.
It's about time we all stood up and smiled.
Посміятися з цього всього.
Had a big laugh of it all.
Просто дозвольте минулому залишитися минулим і позбутися його.
Just let bygones be bygones and shape on it.
Сценарій.
Scenario.
Вугілля ще горить.
The coal is still burning.
Червоне.
Red.
Чорний дим зверху і білий, не дуже густий знизу. Створюють враження рівнів кількох поверхів.
The black smoke on top and the white, not so dense smoke underneath gives the impression of levels, several floors.
Але будівель тут немає.
But there are no buildings here.
Ми готові до перевірки.
We are ready for inspection.
You have moved from here to here. Computable. You rearrange the dots and you did draw the lines. And you did move. Where to doesn't matter. And the scenario, red coal, black and white smoke, could be anything.
They have this special look in their eyes, like they wanted to touch you or something. And I don't know why they don't. I wouldn't mind, you know. If they want to come up to me and touch me, I think they should just do it. If they were trying to make a hint or make some kind of signal or something, I don't know, like they were trying to touch you with their eyes. I don't get it. Why can't they just come up to me and say it plainly? I don't know. Nächste Haltestelle, Herrenweg, Kiel, Salzburg, a triangle, quite nice, but a little bit out of context. So easily built. You're ruining the picture you were drawing with your lines. I'm sorry, won't happen again. You really shouldn't excuse yourself. You shouldn't feel that this is what you are here for. I'm sorry.
Вже деякий час я не сплю.
I've been awake for some time now.
Більшість моїх снів зникла.
Most of my dreams are gone.
Одного разу мені приснився сон,
I had a dream once,
але він був дуже незрозумілий.
but it was very unclear,
Тому я не міг зрозуміти, про що він.
so I couldn't use it.
Вони сказали мені, що шукають підказки.
They told me that they were looking for uses.
Раптом вони просто входили і виходили з моїх кімнат.
All of a sudden they were just walking in and out of my rooms.
І лише одного разу сказали, що шукають використати мій сон.
And they told me only once that they were looking for uses.
Вони не повторювались.
They didn't repeat it.
Один з них наказав мені сісти в крісло,
One of them told me to sit down in a chair,
але не сказав, яка саме.
but he didn't tell me which one.
Тому я обрав те, що колись належало моїй бабусі і досталось мені по наслідству.
So I choose the one I had inherited from my grandmother.
Блакитне, дуже старе.
It's sort of bluish and it's very old,
Я думаю, що воно коштовне.
and I think it's worth a lot of money.
Моя бабуся сказала мені, що колись воно належало німецькому королю.
My grandmother told me that it once belonged to a king in Germany,
Але, звичайно, на той час вона вже була дуже хвора.
but she was, of course, at that time very ill.
Мені подобається сидіти в тому кріслі.
I like sitting in this chair.
Це дає мені відчуття прилежності до історії.
It gives me a feeling of taking part in history.
Confession time. That
A
cool
cool
and
and
immature
immature
feeling of total honesty. Modifying anything, rotating.
Give me
no
no
clue
clues
for
for
your
your
reasons.
reasons. Leave compensation.
Exit flux now.
Stop rotating, please. You're making me dizzy.
No, 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 no.
Negations moving in every direction, penetrating everything so easily.